What's up everybody, welcome to my channel. On the last video I put this motor together, but today I'm gonna drop it in the car and I'm gonna get it running. Oh yeah, so I was about to drop the engine in and then I noticed oil dripping, and check it out, there is a bunch of oil. I thought it was coming from the rear main, but nothing on the rear main. So apparently the oil pan is cracked from in here and down here, and I think somewhere in here. So right where this X is, right here inside, something broke, something cracked, I don't know. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna fix it. I think it's only a crack because I didn't see anything when I drained the oil. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fix it from the outside. I'm gonna clean it really good and I'm just gonna go ahead and weld it from the outside. All right guys, and there it is. That's a big patch, but honestly I don't want to deal with any oil leaks. So the motor is tilted and I left it like this for almost an hour. I want to make sure nothing is gonna leak. So it's been sitting for about an hour and nothing, dry, and that's what I want to see. Now I'm gonna put the clutch back on, and this baby, it's gonna go inside of the car. Finally I have it ready to go in. I'm not gonna put the motor mount brackets, that way when I drop it in and line it up to the transmission, they're not gonna get on the way. I also left my exhaust loose, that way when I drop it in I can line them up to the catalytic converters and I'm not struggling later on. So both sides of the exhaust, they're loose, and all I gotta do now is just bring it down and worry about lining it up to the transmission. I also have a strap right here. I'm gonna use the strap to level it with the transmission. With the help of the strap, I got the right angle, and you guys can see that all I gotta do now is just put the bolts, and that's it. It lined up perfectly. So I'm gonna grab some bolts and bolt it on. And there it is. I got both of my brackets on, my exhaust, and the exhaust, it's still kind of loose. I needed to line it up to the catalytic converters, but honestly I'm pretty much done. All I gotta do is just bolt on everything else and that's it. So I'm gonna finish bolting on the exhaust and run my electrical, throw my accessories on, my new radiator, oh it's over here, and I'm done. I'm done with everything underneath. I just gotta put my starter on and that's it. I also have my harness ready. I had to fix a couple of things because it was like this, and I mean this right here, you could cause a short, so I had to fix a couple of things, but no big deal. So I'm gonna put this on, and after that most of the stuff that is gonna be left, I'm gonna do it from the top. Now that I got the starter on, I'm gonna put it on the floor. I don't need to have it up in the air anymore. All right guys, it's a lot better. I'm gonna have more access to the car now, and I apologize, my throat is getting worse. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. So I'm gonna go ahead and bolt on the intake and the fuel rail, and I think that's it from the top of the motor. And I gotta bolt on my accessories and I'm pretty much done. I got new O-rings, so I'm gonna replace them. And also don't forget to replace your EGR gaskets. They come in the kit, might as well replace them. I got my intake on and I started to connect all the connectors. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start bolting on the accessories. Okay guys, I'm almost done. I just gotta install my hoses and my new radiator, but I pretty much connected everything. All the hoses, oh, this is for the PCB, but all the vacuum hoses are connected. My fuel line down there, my fuel line right here, my coil, my wires, everything is connected. I even connected the EGR already. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting the hoses on, and I'm gonna leave the radiator for last. But guys, I'm almost done. I got all of my heater hoses on. This is for the throttle body. Now I'm not gonna install the radiator hoses yet because first I want to install the radiator. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, but I'm pretty much done. This is what I got left. That's nothing. All right, guys, so I'm pretty much done with the car. I just gotta put the air filter housing, coolant reservoir, that cover, and obviously I'm gonna put a new air filter, and that's it. I'm gonna add coolant, turn it on, and I'm done. Simple as that. And that's it. I'm gonna turn it on. I still gotta add the antifreeze, but before I add the antifreeze, I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna make sure everything's good. I'm not gonna let it run it for long. I just wanna make sure it's not gonna leak any major oil. It's not gonna make funny noises. I don't wanna add coolant and something is wrong and then I have to take it apart and drain the coolant again. I'd rather just turn it on, let it run for a couple of seconds, make sure everything's good, and then I'll add the antifreeze. All right, guys, so I did turn it on. It did make funny noises. It ran like crap. I thought I did something wrong. I checked the timing, I checked the coils, the spark plugs, I checked the gap on the spark plugs, and it sounded like the timing was off. A good thing I didn't add antifreeze because I had to take the valve covers off to double check the timing, but it ended up being the injectors. The injectors were leaking like nasty, and the reason why I noticed is because as soon as it turned on, after it wouldn't stay on, I had to rev it up, but it started smoking, white smoke. So I figured it was either the spark plugs that they probably weren't firing, or the wires, or maybe, you know, something else. I never thought it was the injectors, but I hooked up the scanner and I noticed that the fuel pressure, it wasn't holding. So I'm like, okay, it's supposed to hold. So I disconnected all the injectors, cranked it, and the car would turn on with the injectors disconnected. And then I removed the fuel rails, I zip tied the injectors, I turned the switch on, and it was, the injectors were leaking. They were leaking a lot. I'm gonna show you guys a short clip right now about the injectors leaking. I got another set of injectors and I got it running. It was running good. It was running okay. It was still kind of like misfiring because of all the fuel inside of the cylinders, but I let it run, and guess what? One of the heater hoses, it blew up on the back. Since they are connected with the plastic, I guess because of the heat, it just snapped. Let me show you guys real quick. So here's a piece of the heater hose, and I just did a bypass. So I just grabbed one of the hoses and I just did a bypass for now. So I'm gonna tell the owner to just replace all the heater hoses, and also the ones on the throttle body and the radiator hoses. And it would be a good idea to replace the coolant reservoir as well, you know, because you don't want to blow up the motor because of a $20-$30 hose. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on for you guys. There it is. Yesterday it was running a little bit rough, but today it's running a lot better. I already drove it, it drives fine, everything feels good. So time for me to say goodbye to this car. And please excuse my throat, it's been getting worse. I know it's gonna be kind of annoying, but I apologize. Alright guys, so that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. If you guys have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you on the next video. By then, hopefully my throat is better.